Alright, going live. Oh, you're not feeling too good today, nap time. Well, I hope you feel good soon. So we are live now. How's it going, guys? Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear about that nap time hobbies. I'm presuming it's Kelsey in control. I hope you feel better soon. That's not very good. The other day I had some pretty nasty allergies. Still kind of dealing with them right now. I was worried I was sick for a little bit, given I think being sick is something that we're all scared of right now. Ah, heck. I get it. But nonetheless, I do hope you get better in the near future. But it's awfully sweet of you to jump right on in the very beginning. Just to give me that support. I really appreciate that. Oh man, there's some construction outside. Let's deal with that. There we go. Keep things a little more peaceful in here. You can probably still hear the jackhammer. Goodness gracious. Where, oh where, do I have my... So totally fine, buddy. Cannon is so chatty right now. Hey, what's up? Not getting enough pets? Chatty little friend today. So, let's see here. So, I'm going to need to put in some varnish for my T-Rex friend here. I want to maintain kind of gloss it has here. So I've got some matte varnish here, and I've got some gloss varnish up here. So to get a bit of a satin varnish, we're going to mix the two of them. Are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah? Come say hi. Come say hi. This is Gannon. So chatty. You wanna go? You can go. Goodbye. Goodbye, Gannon. He's gonna jump right back up. I know that when I'm not feeling too great, having a fluffy kitty can make me feel a lot better. Even if it's a loud fluffy kitty. Is the volume doing okay for you there, Kelsey? I know that you said you're just lurking right now, but I just want to make sure that what I got going on is at a comfortable level for you there. Okay. So doing a bit of 50-50 on the varnishes. I'm gonna just use the butt end of my brush to fix that up there. Let's get these dinosaurs out of the way. My desk is not clear right now whatsoever. Not clear at all. It's the madness of doing something creative. It's a blur of chaos, I tell you. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to touch up my wet palette. I will be right back, and I'm just going to mute the mic here. Alright, so I'm back. Alright, so just had to rehydrate the wet palette. Mix this up nice. Hi, Gannon. Are you being just the biggest butthead? He's being really cute, but he's demanding food even though he got it pretty... He's already been fed once. And he's asking for second feeding. It's a little early. Hey, my lovely little butthead. So I know it's Christmas Eve for everyone who partakes in Christmas Eve, so merry wishes to everyone, and just wishing for good health for everyone. So I expect it's going to be a pretty quiet stream today, but anyone who doesn't have any family that they're able to spend time with or anything, is, obviously welcome to join. And for some people, it is already Christmas. So to all you, I wish you a Merry Christmas. I'm looking at the multi-stream chat and not just the Twitch chat. So right now we're just varnishing this, and the reason we are doing a varnish isn't always necessary, but ink likes to rehydrate. So this is just putting a protective seal over top, just to make sure that it doesn't end up bleeding. So that would just be tragic after all the work that we put in here. And it'll help protect it from things like that. Goodness. Goodness gracious. Clearly I need to put a thumb on it. Keep forgetting I haven't glued it in yet. We're just starting off with these big ol' T-Rex chicken legs. Anyone who's lurking and watching, I gotta say, it's hard to believe that it's Christmas time. Hasn't been the most jolly of years years. So, and I know I'm certainly not the only one that feels that way. But next year, it's looking a lot brighter. We just have to keep looking forward. At this, how it's drying, I think it could probably go a little more matte. Let's see. Maybe it's about the same. It's kind of hard to tell, to be frank. I need to put in a little bit more matte varnish. hiding that? Paladin, there we go. I was hiding you behind my webcam settings. I'm sorry about that there. Doing some driving, so mainly listening today. I love the updates on the Discord, though. It makes me feel better for missing so many streams. Oh, yeah, man. I mean, I'm always gonna be updating things on the Discord, so, you know, if you ever miss out, there's always gonna be stuff there. I've got a Twitter for Mellow Minis. I've got... what else? I've got we stream on YouTube. There's a Facebook page. If you're interested, there's a Patreon. I post updates everywhere. So if you're ever missing out, I'm always going to be, posting up on social media. Also, happy holidays. I'm not sure where you're located globally, so I don't know if it is Christmas Day or Christmas Eve or whichever holiday celebrating the winter solstice that you celebrate. But most merry of times for you. I hope you're doing well, Paladin. I want to make sure I hope you're safe. I hope you're in good health. Right now, what we're doing here is we are just updating the. We're finalizing. We're sealing in the ink to make sure that it doesn't hydrate. Make sure basically at the gaming table that this can handle a little bit of hands and hopefully not, but goodness, if it comes to it, some chip finger. Ugh. I always try to ask people, grab by the base, please. But sometimes people get excited during the D&D game. It's just how she goes. Oh, and I can see I missed a spot right there. But yeah, it's nice to see you. I haven't seen you around for a little bit, but that's okay. You know what? We've all got our things that we have to keep up with. But when you do come, it's always a nice thing to see you. As I said, happy holidays to you. I hope you're doing well and are safe and in good health. I wonder, can I rehydrate that at all? It's oh no, I did something bad. I dropped. I forgot that I had the glazing medium in there. That's all right. That just means a little bit of extra glaze there. No one will notice. It's, yeah, I need to take care of that one white spot I've got there. So we're just gonna put a dab of this there, and we're just gonna go boop. Give it the corrective measures boop. Yeah, I presume you've been busy with work, so I already said it, but it is nice to see you. Drop on in. You're always welcome here. And you're always welcome in the Discord too. I don't see you there very often. Again, you've probably been busy. We've all got our things that we got to keep up with. Ganon says hello too. Lord Ganon. I think I've covered just about the whole thing here with my glaze medium, which makes me happy. Oh, Ganon. Ganon's sad because he keeps asking for food and he does not get the answer of yes that he's been waiting for. Yeah, no, you have to wait. Food time is not for a while away from now. It is a ways away from food time, buddy. Been crazy busy. Just north of Texas, so very windy Christmas Eve. 3 cases in the office, so lots of work. Oh no. Oh, well, your birthday was on Sunday. Happy belated birthday to you. I know it's a hard year to have your birthday this year. Mine was in October, and we just weren't really able to do much. We got together outside at a park. It was windy, it was cold. We just hung out at like picnic tables and just tried to catch up as best we could. But it's only so much we can do during this this crisis. Alright, so we're just gonna pick up that varnish that up there. There we go. Alright, so if I lay this down and I try to glue them in like that, I'm really gonna have to see what I can do about that, but we'll take them out for now. Cool. You are totally cool, buddy. You don't need anything. Let's get a little bit of that on my palette again. I will excuse you out of the room if you must. You don't need anything. No, you're fine. You're cool. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to... Hey, you. Yeah, time for you to leave. Nope, time for you to leave. No, can't be nice. We're just going to do some rocks here. Might seem weird, but we're going to start up these rocks off with brown. It's hard to believe Christmas is tomorrow. It's so warm. Hey, JJ Official. Always a bummer when the connection won't let you watch your streams. Happy holiday. How's it going, JJ Official? Nice to see you on online. And happy holidays to you. Happy winter solstice, Christmas, and all the other religious holidays. There's so many different holidays during this time of year. Doing all right. It's good to see you. Yeah, it's nice to see you too. So right now I'm just starting the undercoat for the rocks, just to catch you up to date here. So this is the Blacktooth Terror. I've just finished putting in the varnish. I made a matte and gloss mix to get a satin on here. So we don't want it to be shiny, but we want to get it a little bit reflective, plus the inks were already quite reflective. I might even do a second coat just to bring in and make it a little bit more matte. It's still a little shiny for what I want. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, but I just really wanted to get that in because he's entirely ink, right? And man, that'll rub off on the fingers real fast if I don't varnish that in. So love inks, but you gotta seal them in. If you don't seal them in, you're in for a sad time if you've put in a lot of work on it. So yeah, right now we're just starting up the base. Oh yeah, you work on anything interesting recently? The skin oils rub the inks right off. Yeah, no, that is no exaggeration. I wore gloves the entire time I was working on him because he's a big model. I've got to hold him himself, so you know, had some neoprene. Not neoprene. What is it called? It's not latex. Nitrile gloves. That's it. Which, when pouring my inks and everything, I kind of felt like a tattoo artist. It was kind of fun. Nothing currently. Just grinding out the last few hours at work. Nope, that's totally understandable. Good stuff. JJ, are you in our Discord? So if not, we've got a Discord. You're welcome to hang out and spend some time in. You can post all of your stuff. Been working on some different experiments though on painting. Oh, that's exciting. Yeah. Well, if you ever want to hop in our Discord, share, send photos, we've got just the sweetest little community. I think Valley Dweller was calling us the mellow folk. It was either Valley Dweller or Mini Grinder, I can't remember which. Yo, Evil Demon Lord, nice to see ya. Are you working today? And happy Christmas Eve to you, and happy holidays. Mini-Lorians assemble. Did an owlbear recently with almost nothing but dry brushing to see if you could add some texture to those base layers. No, holidays, 2 weeks, excellent, I'm glad to hear that. No, yeah, you know what, I quite enjoy doing dry brushing for fur, feathers. Yeah, I think that is absolutely a totally viable way of getting some extra texture in there. I mean, the one that I always struggle with trying to figure out is horses. Man, horses frustrate me because unless you do a lot of work on horses, it just ends up looking like a kid's toy. It ends up just looking like a doll. Like one of those horse dolls. They're real hard, I tell you. Same to you, Chris, and mellow folks. Yeah, I liked the term mellow folk. I didn't even come up with that. But I saw that and I was like, yeah, that's nice. nice little community. But yeah, if you ever want to post some pics, I keep mentioning Discord, but here, I'll just go in. It's just a nice little exclamation mark Discord command. There you go. If you ever want to join in, just feel free. Yeah, basically starting off with a wash right on the primer. Yep, let that dry out. Yeah, I could totally see how that could, I mean, you gotta do experimentation like that, right? Like, otherwise you're never gonna know. I would love to see the results of your work. Let's see here. This whole area. Let's just do this whole area as big rocks. So my idea right now is I'm just kind of like spotting out where the rocks are, doing the undercoat on them, and then we're going to do some dry brushing in various shades just to get some rock-like texture. So I'm going to let that start drying out. Oh, this looks like it would be a rock as well. And then after that, I'm going to take some texture paste, and I'm going to go over everything that's not a rock, and I will, well, you'll see. You'll see how it's going to go. I'm really excited for this base. This base I'm very excited about. So I think it's going to be comparable to the giant ape base, and I really liked how that miniature turned out. JJ Official. Let's see here. Then just did his beak and eyes, regular base coats. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to like him, but it turned out pretty nice. Never mind. The potato camera. Alright, let's take a look at this here. Let's take a look here. Oh, I like that. And you did a nice, like a wintry owl bear kind of deal with. I like this. I like this a lot. I really like how that turned out. And I see you gave the little gray tip of his eyebrow feather. That's nice. That's very good. For goofing around. No, you should be happy with that. I like it a lot. Let's see here. So, I was going to do that. Ah, yes. Dry brushing. Good accident. Dare I say, a happy accident? Ah, Bob Ross. Alright. Oh, got a whole bunch of tangly mess here. Just gonna do this kind of bluish gray on here. Very much just an overbrush. We don't actually want a whole lot of the brown to stick around. We only want a little bit of that brown. The world's most beat up dry brush. Yeah, Evil Demon Lord has just been starting his first miniatures ever. I'm doing, what was it, Puppets of War, I believe. So, Demon Lord, speaking of this, welcome to the obsession, or I mean hobby. No, that's fair. One of us. So, you'll see that what I'm doing with the dry brushing here, Evil Demon Lord, is very, very, like, covering everything. So, when you do it like this is actually referred to as overbrushing. So, I thought I'd just introduce you to one of the terms. Someone might refer to overbrushing. Overbrushing is the exact same as dry brushing, it's just you take off less paint when you are wiping the paint off. It's just to make sure that it's not super wet. So like there's still lots of paint here, like you can see right there, right? But you know, if I do a sweep, you'll see that there's still those marks and the such. Ah, there we go. That one looks real nice. Call the group the Noirs. Nice, nice, nice. Oh man, you guys are... I'm gonna have to catch up. Let's see here. And if I did not already say it to you, JJ, it's happy holidays to you. This is the way, this is one of the cases where it's a good accident. I love it when that happens. Can't wait to get the color of the black armor. Gotta watch the videos you post on how-to channel. Yeah. Nope, lots of tutorials I try to share. Box has 4 more minis, so I'm gonna make black armors with different colors. Well, you found a great community for it. Been doing this for years and found really good people here on Twitch. Yeah, no, the Twitch community is great. Here, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna be right back. I'm just gonna pull my nose. Happy holidays to everyone. May the season bring comfort in this troubling year. Man, JJ, you got it right there. Yeah, so we're just at home. We're just prepping for dinner. We're going to be dropping off to the family. We're not going to be doing anything get together like just hey, here's some food, and then we get out of Dodge. But on the upside, I have to look at the good things. Things are starting to look better. We've got vaccines on the way. Health workers are starting to get vaccinated. We now have not just the Pfizer vaccine, but we've got the, can't remember the name of it, begins with an M. That one also got approved here in Canada, and it does not require -30 storing temperatures, so it's more accessible. Oh, gotta go. Data usage warning. All right, Evil Demon Lord. Oh, well, you have a good one, buddy. Let's see here. I just want to get that on there. Can't say how things are in the States right now. Moderna, yes, that's the one. Yeah, the Moderna vaccine got approved here in Canada. I don't know how things are. Why did I do that? No, I just washed my dry brush. That's the thing you're not supposed to do. I got caught up in the conversation. That's okay. But yes, the Moderna vaccine. Oh well, I have a second dry brush, so this is okay. It has to be okay. Let's see here. Oh, come on. The light at the end of the tunnel with the vaccines. Absolutely. When I started seeing all the approvals going on, I was like, yes, that's it. 2020 is done. We don't have to look back at this year anymore. Or at least soon. No, this is not the grays I'm looking for. That is a vampire skin tone. I need this gray. I've got a million different paints back here. I've definitely got a little bit of a horde. Let's see here. We'll go with this one. We'll go with the cold gray. Might be safe to gather at the end of the summer. Yeah, exactly. No, it's not going to be for a while, but you know what? If we get the health workers vaccinated, they can work with at a more efficient pace because they'll be vaccinated. It won't be as much of a worry about them catching the disease and bringing it home to their loved ones. So that is also going to slow down the spread significantly. We're in a better place. We just have to keep that in mind. We have to keep doing our thing. You know, things are looking better. So, you know, in the meantime, everyone can just come hang out. Who doesn't like to hoard paints? Oh man. Okay, so I don't know if you're familiar with Raphim. They are a Canadian miniature company in, I can't remember if it's Ontario or if it's in Quebec, but they sell Reaper Core paints for $1 a bottle. $1. Now they're old. They've been sitting on the shelf for a while, but they work. Hey, Limaches, how are you? It's late Christmas Eve for you, I believe. Not yet Christmas morning, so a early Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays to you, whichever you celebrate. Oh, bots, you wanna be famous? Yeah, big follows. There we go. Goodbye. Oh my goodness, there... Okay, no, that was Nightbot. Yes, Christmas Eve. Well, a very happy holidays, Christmas Eve to you. I hope you are doing well today. Hope your family is getting along. You know, all the important things. They have a shot for that. You got a case of them bots. Oh, goodness. No, as far as I know, there's no vaccine for the bots yet. Okay, sleepy time. Well, thank you for coming in and saying hello, Limaches. Before you run off, this is how our big scaly dinosaur friend is going. So, just wanted to show you that we've locked in the inks. I'll fix up my brightness here because the sun was out earlier. But yeah, it's looking good, and you have yourself a wonderful night and have a great Christmas day tomorrow. Yeah. You got any other plans coming up for miniature-wise there, JJ? I saw that you... So you're saying that you got the experimentation going for your owlbears, and you finished that up. Got anything in your box of opportunities that's looking, mighty fine? moment you have half-done Space Marine. Probably next minis will be for a D&D adventure. Oh, that's exciting. That's primarily what I use all my miniatures for, is Dungeons and Dragons. Or, you know, general role-playing games. Have a bunch of Wrath of King minis. You got at a deep discount. Oh, that's exciting. Rune Wars, nice, nice. Who was that? I can't remember. There's a somewhere I was looking and they had Rune Wars. I can't remember which company is doing the Rune Wars minis. On your Shambling Mound. Oh, yeah. I've got one of those in my closet. My closet of possibilities and opportunities. Jarrett over at Jarrett's Miniature Terrain. I said, no, not a box of shame. Box of possibilities. And I was like, you know what? I'm stealing that. Too much terrain, yeah. I was working on terrain for a little bit, and then I just jumped straight back into miniatures. Because I was like, oh, cool, I can make these like dungeon tiles. So like, I was following a mixture of different, what do you call? Oh, I got some moss on it. No, I guess I have moss on it. A combination of Black Magic Craft and Wylock Armory for my dungeon tiles. So made these out of foam board, and then I just went straight to miniatures. I made like 6 or 7 of them. Luckily, you know, the cost of getting everything together, super cheap. You know, dollar store craft paint. Foam board also from the dollar, so I only spent like a couple bucks getting everything. Oh, they make some wonderful stuff. It's crazy to think how not actually long like Black Magic Craft has been on YouTube. I thought he was on here for much longer than he has been, but I think he was only started in like 2016, I think. Which, like, 4 years, don't get me wrong, 4 years is a long time to do anything. But you know, I was like, oh, I thought you were like even older than that on his YouTube channel, but no. This makes high quality videos off the get-go. You skipped making dungeon tiles? Totally understandable. If you've got like a battle mat, then it works. Yeah, I've got a battle mat, but I was just like, yeah, you know, it might be kind of cool to have dungeon tiles. Just constantly trying to find ways of making things more complicated than they have to be. That's really what I'm doing. Alright, cool. So I've got that gray, so let's get on to a much brighter gray. Something like this little here, Stonewall gray. Okay, Cool. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, if you're making terrain for those games, then totally makes sense. How is Frostgrave? I've kind of turned my back on Games Workshop for various reasons. I won't, pester you about them. I pester everybody about them, but I need to stop doing that. I don't want to ruin the game for other people. But Frostgrave has my attention. Frostgrave seems really cool, and I like their, attitude of like, you don't need, like, we have our own miniatures, but really, like, you can use whatever miniatures you want. I really like their approach for that. Just started making double and triple duty terrain, so it works in D&D too. No, exactly. Like, if you've got terrain, you can use it for just about everything, right? Smart terrain builder is going to make sure that it can be multi-purposed. And that way you save yourself work later on. Rules are fairly straightforward. Oh, that's good to hear. I like the idea that when a guy dies, like it has that RPG element of, yep, no. Character's dead, they don't come back. Get a new mini. I was like, okay, well that's interesting. I'm not terribly opposed to that. It's a little skirmish game. The idea that you're like, it felt to me like you're playing D&D, except instead of playing an individual character, you're playing like an entire adventuring party, and a sizable one. Like, because you're running in, you're getting gold, you're fighting monsters, you're fighting each other. Like there's just all this chaos that's going on, but really, like, you're after the gold. Like that's what the ultimate objective, from what I understand it to be, is. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. Do not get a lot of their... Oh, yeah, actually, I agree with you on GW. Not a fan of their rules or their practices. Their lore is cool. Like I like that. Their models are cool looking, but it's their practices I don't like. They're very... they're kind of... I'm hesitant to use the word, but they're kind of cultish. Like, it's really cool that they bring so many people into the hobby. They really make the game, like, miniatures as a hobby, really cool, and I like that. What I don't like is what they do is they try to kind of brand it as, no, the hobby is not miniatures, the hobby is Games Workshop. No one else exists, and if you do bring anyone else's miniatures in, you're not allowed to play them at the store, which I get it. You want your product to be on display, and I get it that they have their tables, they have a lot of cool stuff. Like, they really try to make sure that their gaming space is desirable, and so that anyone who plays the game goes to play in their shops. And I can understand that, but it's just like they take it a bit too far. That's how I feel about it. Not to mention, like, their price gouging is, oh man, a wallet killer. And I was talking with a buddy in the UK, and I found out that it's like the prices that we're paying over here in North America isn't strictly just a matter of currency exchange. It's actually like they're paying, like, if they were to do a currency exchange, the cost would be much higher. So they're just gouging us because they're gouging us. Uh, no, yeah. No, GW fanboys, yeah. Yeah, no. JJ, I'm on the exact same page as you on that. It's... and honestly, the community is a little bit toxic. Let's be real. It's a pretty toxic community. At times. I'm not saying that all of them are, by any means, obviously. But... it's not, you know, like... Like, if you ever try to like talk with somebody about like, you know, something like any subject, like whether it's like, so why are there no girl space marines, and then they just will start. they'll get upset with before they explain it a lot of the time, and it's like, okay, well, you know, they'll explain it, and it's like, okay, so, you know, you've got your lore thing, I get it, but why not just like update it? And they're like, well, no, because you can't do that. It's like, really? Because like. They blew up the old fantasy Warhammer universe. Like, clearly they can do whatever they want. They're just choosing to keep it this way. And, or like if you try to call the Sisters of Battle Space Marines, they're like, no, they're not Space Marines. They're just girls in power armor. It's like, come on, man. Like, really? You can be like this? They're Space Marines. Oh, or what paints did you use? Oh, I really like painting with Reaper. Wait, you use Reaper paints on the model? That's not official GW. Oh my god. Yep, stuff like that. It's just, it's like, no, just get out of here. Like, get out of here. Yeah, it's, honestly, it's terrible. If I'm to paint any Games Workshop stuff, it's very unlikely that you're going to see me streaming it. Largely because Twitch is already chock full of Space Marines and Games Workshop and Necrons. So the thing I want to do, my goal, is I want to bring light to some of the smaller companies. Now, obviously, right now, Reaper is not a smaller company. But one of the things I do want to do is I really want to put in orders with small miniature companies that nobody knows about and just put them in the light. My buddy Malleus Miniatures, I have some of his minis on order that are going to be coming in. I'm going to be showcasing those. WizKids is obviously not a small company, but I'm going to be trying to showcase their minis. I already did a big like unboxing and explaining like what the perks of using WizKids is, and what, you know, some of the things to take into consideration are, stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot of gatekeepers in the hobby. There absolutely is. And you know what? Dungeons and Dragons is no different either. You go to Facebook Dungeons and Dragons, oh my goodness, it's a nightmare. And I am more affiliated with Twitter Dungeons and Dragons. However, they're a little bit... they're not always the most welcoming either. But, like, in a better way, but it's still... there is still a little bit of the gatekeeping there. Like, if you're not doing this, like, you're, you know, doing something that's bad. And I agree with it a lot of the time. I just think it can be done in a less hostile way is all. But yeah, I don't know. My opinion on paints, in the end of the day, I don't get Games Workshops, not because I think they're a bad paint. I don't get them because they're overpriced, and I can get like 3 or 4 different other brands of paint for a cheaper price and honestly a little bit of a better quality, because I don't want to be painting with a paste. It's too thick, and you know, dropper bottles are just more effective. But yeah, stuff to keep our eyes open for. Be kind to new folks, let them in. Absolutely. Oh, the pots. Yeah, the screw pots were better. The screw pots absolutely were better. That is no joke. Let's see, this thick mud could be cool. Yeah, let's do thick mud. But for me, I'm all about dropper bottles. You know, I screw them tight. I might shoot out a little bit too much paint, but that's because I'm very liberal with my paints and I need to work on being more conservative with them, but whatever. Yeah, go. Yeah, you do what you gotta do, bud. You do what you gotta do. If you don't come back, it's okay. Is this the stuff that I want to use? It's nice and muddy in some areas. Maybe I'll just keep some areas muddy. And then I could do that and then just go over it again. Or I could do the whole thing in muddy. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's do muddy. It's full of peat and other stuff. just putting our texture paste on the base, making it nice and muddy looking. My thoughts are super humid, so probably rains often. Maybe it didn't just rain, but you know, I think very tropical. Absolutely love this stuff. I don't know if you already use it, but Vallejo texture pastes for basing, they're just remarkable. And they're so affordable. I would have actually rather purchased the large size. This isn't the large size, this is the small size. The large sizes come in big things like this. And this cost me maybe $15, $17. This was like 6 or 7 versus you know, gotta do a proper comparison. Where are they? Here we go. So this or this, you know, $7, $10. Have I ever made my own texture pastes? No, I haven't. I've yet to give that a shot. The closest that I usually do is like PVA glue and flock to make moss, or PVA glue and sand. But typically I don't make my own. This one's kind of nice because it's got like little sticks and stuff in it. It's there's a little like almost looks like vegetation in here. And I'm gonna be putting grass over top of this too. So. You enjoy making your own. What do you do to make your own texture pastes? Do you use PVA glue? Do you use like Liquitex gel? Because I have a thing of the Liquitex clear gel, and I've tried using that for water, and it works okay, but I find actual diorama water works much better. It is like the same cost, so. I get some cheap wall spackle. Yeah, I've heard of people using wall spackle before. I think both Black Magicraft and Wylock games use spackle pretty frequently. So from the dollar store, and then some PVA, some craft paint, some sand, debris, mix it up. If you start to dry out, you add more paint, some water, and seal it up. Nice. Oh, that's good. Let's see here. And for debris, mix up some floral moss. Yep, I got a bunch of floral moss sticking around. I use that a lot for vegetation. Yep, and then just tiny sticks from your backyard. Yep, that's a classic. Bake them in a low temperature, kill any mold, any bacteria or nothing. Nice and sterile sticks. Terrible shame if you have growing things on your minis. I will say, it's always a shame when I muck up a rock after painting it. So when that happens, I always just gotta lean into it and just be like, all right, well, that's just a muddy rock. It's starting to look pretty muddy. And then we're just gonna start adding a bunch of vegetation to it, liven it up. Sorry if I'm a little quiet today. Allergies are just keeping my nose a bit plugged up, so hoping that clears up soon. When I stand up, everything clears up, but when I'm sitting down, my mouth breathe. Just how she goes. That's the sticks. Exactly what I'm referring to there. Alright, well, you know, that's just how she goes. I'll just start shoving it in right there then. Ain't no one you ever need to know. Ain't no one need to know. Just gonna plop, plop, plop. Ah, heck. Well, that's okay. That is okay. Perfect. I got a big mud cake. That's what I got. Seal this up so I don't dry that out anymore. Mute this. There you go. Nope. Come on. There we go, much better. Breathe for a little bit longer. Oh no, my toothbrush, my draw brush. Alright. So we are going to grab all these bad boys, grab some PVA glue, grab my tweezies. Grab some scissors because I think that these are often too big. Just too big. These. You know, given how large this model is, probably won't need to cut them. And shunk. Yeah. And there's cat hair. Gotta get the cat hair off there. Cat hair will be noticeable. those. Those are ones with sticks in them. Let's get some of these tall boys. So we can let that dry up a bit, and then what I'll do is I'll just dry brief. This is a quick test here. Take the dinosaur, put him over top of this. This is looking pretty cool. So we could probably do a preemptive base run. Rig it in black. It's a little preemptive, but nothing says that we can't. Let's try to finally use up the last of this army painter black. So we'll toss it. I do a lot of layers though. Alright, so I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to grab myself a glass of water, and I will return in just a second. say. Alright, so we've got our dino friend here, we've got the base, we've got a loud cat. Loud cat who thinks he's injusticed by. You're fine. You're fine. You will be fed when I'm done. You'll be fed when I'm done. Don't worry. You will eat, I promise you. Soon. Soon and not a moment sooner. I feel like I'm gonna have to kick him out again. Start getting some lighter browns for highlighting. So I was using a charred brown. That is this one here. Viejo. Let's grab something a little bit lighter. These are all quite similar in shade. Hey! Calm, please. Calm, please. Hey, relax. You're fine. Bossy kitty. Thank you. Be nice, be cute. You're very bossy. Alright. Yeah, relax. Tucker yourself out. Draw a lot of attention to these things. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put in pretty drastic highlights to them. Because these are pretty big claws. So we're going to go here. It's okay. You will be fine. Now let's grab an off-white and we'll mix it with... Where is my off-white? I've got this here. Ah, there it is. Put that black away. Continue listening to the whining of my kitty. Mr. Gannon. Ow. I know. You are so hard done by. You are so hard done by. You're okay. It's fine. I know. You say you're so hard done by. Hey, you're fine. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see, so what we'll do is grab fine detail. And what we're going to do is we're going to make little tiny lines, just showing like, the light reflection. So, great. Get that like shine. Like, yeah, those are sharp claws. They'll mess you up, punk. I realize now that my camera settings are not really ideal right now for that. There we go. Let's see, it looks from a distance more sharp, more menacing. This little scaly dinosaur's like, I'm gonna cut you, punk. Give me your money. If anyone's familiar with, what is it? Not Redbubble. What's his name? It's a Vancouver YouTuber. He's a real funny guy. Out in Richmond. I have the saddest cat in the world. He really wants everyone to know it. You're fine. I will kick you out. Yeah, it's not working on me. No, your sad sounds don't do anything to me. Because I know when you last ate, you fat little cat. That's right. No hiding behind under the desk. Oh. That's right. Come on. Yeah. Be gone, you banshee. All right. Let's continue with this. So we've got this did that happen? What is that? Is that a piece of... What is that? Okay, good. That's just the thing that got stuck on it. I thought there was like some paint that I got on there, and I was like, oh no, what are you? I don't remember putting you there. That is... That feels nice and dry brushable. And, yeah, it's not bad. Alright, cool. So, using the paint that we've already got on our palette, we're going to take that beastie brown, we're going to dry brush with it. Even though it's been on a wet palette. We're just going to wipe that off. Boop, 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 boop. Just do a little bit of overbrushing. Just gonna give some depth to this. Less wet. Less wet is a word. Drier. Drier is the word. effectively made this look worse, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Because it kind of looks like poop. And that's okay. So we're not done yet. A lot of things end up looking worse before they look good. That's just a fact. Because we still need to add some static grass just to fill in certain areas. Big area to cover, but we have to wait for things to dry out first. We'll go with that. That's going to help us. Just going to tie all this together. Heck, I can't reach it from over here. I've got this giant ape mini that I did, so you can see there's a whole bunch of foliage all over the place. We haven't done that yet with this one, so let's start pulling some of that stuff out. So we've got our tweezers, we've got our PVA glue. PVA glue is our friend. Go in here, we're going to start pulling stuff out. Like you. I'm just going to put in some glue. I'm just going to get this thing here. We're going to get that all over it. Ah, come on. Let go. Foul fiend. Sometimes fingers are better. I'm just gonna put that in there. Thing of weird foliage. Outsiders on. This is not the right thing that I'm looking for. Where is that thing? Got a lot of. I'll tell you, I've got so many foliage things over here. It's a little hard to keep track of them. This is what I'm looking for. Which is just, I think a bunch of Spanish moss is what this is. It looks like it's been dyed various colors of green. I'm just going to go grab one of these. That right there. This whole thing is just one piece. It's not just tangled up. Alright, we'll grab this. Oh no, that's hideously green. It's way too bright. Oh my goodness. They were very liberal here. Alright. Gonna take. Nope, I don't like it. I don't like it. I keep trying to like it. I can't like it. Oh no, a giant ape. Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that, JJ. Yeah, I keep wanting to like using this summer undergrowth, they call it, but it's so fake looking. Like, at no point do I find Spanish moss ever look good. I have a really hard time liking it, so I'm just gonna go in here. We're gonna put some glue around here. Take this. And just start covering that up. The whole area. I want to leave some things because what we're going to do too is we're going to take a bunch of tea leaves and we're going to throw those in. And tea leaves are remarkable for making a look of just fallen leaves. Some of this stuff here works for good vines, I find. What I like to do is I'll take a little bit of PVA glue on my finger here. Try see-through and clear. This is just going to make it so that this is more willing to stick onto things. Wipe that off. Something. Some tissue there. I'm just going to get this to look more like some roots. To real life. And you know, once that glows down, we can more firmly stick some of the other parts down the ground. So we got that. And then let's take a look at some of these leaves. What do we got here? So white tea leaves are my favorite to go to. Yeah, and I'll probably still keep using them here. I really like how white tea leaves ends up looking. Just gotta blow my nose again. There we go. All right. So, is that
take not Eileen, because Eileen is too strong. I'm going to use just typical PVA glue. Get some water here, so I'm just gonna get my fingers wet. Or I guess I could take my brushes. That's a good texture. So I'm going to take some of those tea leaves, grab a dollar store brush, take some of these here. We're just going to go one at a time here. So we're going to take one of this here. To be a little saturated with the glue, again because we are somewhat hydrating it, so having a bit of that glue acts actually as a sealer, so it's going to help preserve it. At least that's the logic. Keep going in because it's a dinosaur. I don't want to go with big leaves rather than small. Usually I would go for like the smallest possible, but you know, if there's dinosaurs, there's probably like prehistoric plants, you know, so we want to have fun with some of the bigger stuff. Just gonna keep dropping those in a little bit at a time. And I really like how the tea leaf effect works. Like on this giant ape, you see I've got tea leaves just all over the place, and it just I was pretty with it when I did the giant ape, but we'll see how much I put on this one. Probably gonna go with a little bit more just because I have more mud that I want to cover up a little bit. I'm just going to take that dollar store brush. I'm just going to go on, and it's just also going to help keeping it in its place. That's a nice one. I like that one a lot. obviously. Oh, got my hand in the glaze. There's another nice big one. I'm getting really lucky with these big leaves. Maybe I'll stick this one on top of here. Or you know what? Here we go. Here's a nice place. Ah, I broke it. That's too bad. It's feeling a little bit barren. We don't really want that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just take some PVA glue. Just gonna brush on some here. Goopier mixture. And although it's a dollar store brush, we want to still hydrate it. Try to see if we can not completely destroy it. You know, if it does get completely destroyed, that's just the way she goes. Because I am not very classy with static grass. I do not have a static grass applicator, so I do this. But one trick I do know is if you blow on it a little bit, it'll have a bit more of a stand-up position. So we'll just go in here. Just gonna apply more areas. Chaos. Because you know what? That is what, you know, our environments naturally are. There's a little bit of sense, but most of the time, it's a bunch of chaos. Just gotta try and let that. Nope. I'll take you out there. I'll save you and I'll reapply you after. No. Don't want it to look too constructed. We want it to be wild. This leaf here. Redunk that in our glue, and then I'm going to reapply that. I'm just going to put it right on top of the grass. Come on. Use a little bit of green grass, just a little bit, nothing too much. But, you know, have this lively looking. this chaos. What is it looking like so far? We've got ourselves big angry dinosaur. It's okay. I actually kind of want more grass. I don't think that's quite enough. And I kind of like the bright grass. So we're going to go in here. We're just going to keep applying this all over the place. And I'm going to tone down the brightness a little bit with a wash. So that's okay. All these areas that are really dirty, those are the areas we're going to put the most grass on. We want there to be some mud in between, but just to show that it's muddy, but we don't want like a big lake of mud. That's not really, it's kind of weird. I'm not saying big lakes of mud don't exist, but the frequency at which you see them, it's usually like spread out everywhere. There we go. And a little bit more right there. And you know, it's funny because I was doing all that mud earlier, and now I've gone and just hidden almost all of it. And you know what? It's okay. That's sometimes that's the best way to do mud. And now when I do this, that looks much better. That looks much, much better. What do you think, JJ? I think this is the way to go. Let's see here. There we go. We stick them in like that.
I know they didn't do
I think that's looking pretty solid. I think I could probably get away with gluing them in now.
for leaving me all alone.
And then I just have to do the eyes. What I'm going to do here, because I've been having some troubles with the T-Rex leaning forward too much, I am just going to take a little bit of green stuff. And I am going to clog up just a little bit of the, what do you call? Some of the toe holes, because they are just way too aggressively he leans forward too much. That's really all it comes down to. I'm not a massive fan of how forward leaning. It looks like he's gonna fall down sometimes. So I had to heat him up a couple times to try and reset his legs, his overall shape, and some boiling water. I'm just glad I didn't get any thumbprints on him with how many times I had to do it. Because I tell you, I did it a lot. I did it a lot. Oh. Oh. No. Did you fall? Are you on the carpet? Or did you go? You're in my shirt. There we go. Alright. So, I'm gonna take a little bit of this off here. You know, maybe I won't. I'll probably still put on a little bit. Am I kidding? I'm just gonna put you in there. Let go. You're stubborn. Let go. There we go. Too sticky. Much smaller piece here. As always, I have made too much green stuff. My measurements are not exact and are far too aggressive. There, there you go. Alright, so get some super glue. Super glue. Here, go do some dab there, do some dab there, do a little bit of a dab there, a little bit of a dab there, a little bit of a dab there. Come on. Yeah, good deal there. Excellent. So. Really have to really pinch in that anchor point there. Here, basic, up our intensity here. Get that out of the shot. I'm like a ghost. My apologies. Wonderful people who tolerate and watch my streams. I always have lighting issues. Lighting is so hard to tell you. Especially when you got the sun as part of your setup. I need blackout curtains. Alright, so that's just setting there. Let's take a look. So my phone has been blowing up. some good paints. Oh, I'm so happy. All right. So, I think this glue is about set now. So, we're just going to continue on with our lovely dinosaur friend here. So, let's take that high detail brush now. And let's just really define that pupil of his there, because I feel like it's a little, just a little, could be better. Oh, hello! I'm gonna put you on because you got some chill music. I gotta hibernate for my midnight to 7 a.m. shift so I can be awake on Christmas. But before I do, hello there, Troy, your boy. It's nice to see you here. Welcome to me finishing up this dinosaur. Do you do miniature painting there, Troy? And also, happy holidays to you. Alright, so I think that. Oh, no, that was not the load I had there before. Yeah, no, I definitely try to keep this as chill of a stream as I can. You got me there. It wouldn't be much of a mellow minis channel otherwise, would I?
I'm so sorry.
What do I recommend as a starting kit for someone who's getting into minifig painting? I want to try 3D printing Star Wars minis and painting them. Oh, that's a great question there. So, my typical advice for most people is to start off with some dirt cheap miniatures. My typical recommendation for that is WizKids. You can get WizKids minis for quite cheap. Alternatively, you can get Reaper, but if you're 3D printing, depending on the prices of your resin, there are available STL files for free on, on Thingiverse, on My Mini Factory. So that is a great option there. So in terms of that, you should be good. As for like the paints themselves, Thank you very much. No worries. I typically prefer Vallejo. So this is the brand of I'm actually using for my yellow paint right now. Is Vallejo Game Color. They're quite affordable. You can get these bottles for about $3, $3.50 each, depending on where you're looking at. If you're being charged higher than that, probably best to find somewhere else for shopping. You can also get them. You can get them online. You can get them in kits. My friend actually just purchased a Vallejo starter kit. It comes with like how many minis or paints there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They'll come in packs of 16, and they usually have usually go for something like $40 roughly, and you just get like a whole basic suite of all of the colors that you might need. So that's my typical recommendation on that. In terms of brushes, honestly, if you're just starting out, if you don't have a 3D printer yet and you're just trying to figure out, is this a hobby that I want to enjoy and you're not sure yet, my honest recommendation, get some dollar store brushes. I'm not even joking there or trying to be funny. So I've got like a whole bunch of dollar store brushes right here. And let's see here. Here we go. Like, they have nice points to them early on. They're just acrylic brushes. But, you know, if I go like this and I keep going back and forth, you can see it's keeping its tip relatively nicely when it's wet. So if I go like this and let's see here, you can kind of see the paint's a little dry. It's hard to use that as an example, and I don't really want to get yellow on my finger. Oh, here we go. We'll do it like this. That's a skin tone. What am I doing? Alright, we'll go like this. And just very lightly. So you can see there, like it works. Who am I kidding? You can't see anything. I'm using the brightest skin color. Oh my goodness. I don't have black on my thing right now. Do I have, what's this? What's this? There we go. A little bit of blue. Anyways, you can get like packs of paints for a couple of dollars, or paintbrushes for a couple dollars. And if you find out that it's the right hobby for you, then you know you can invest them in some better paints later on. No, not paints, paintbrushes. I am rambling. My apologies. You were asking me this wonderful question, and I am having a difficult time answering it. Let me just take care of this so my skin's not exploding on the camera anymore. There you go. That's a little easier. But yeah, I would honestly recommend that. And then if you find out things are working really nice for you, you can get something like the Army Painter. They have decent enough brushes. But like when you're first learning how to paint, you're probably going to destroy your first set of brushes. Just like, that's just what happens a lot of the time. And you don't really want your first brushes to be like sable horsehair brushes and then absolutely annihilate them by not, building up your habits yet of things like how often to wet your brushes, to not get paint in the what is it called? It's the ferrule. Those kind of things. So that's my thoughts on the matter. Let's see what else. A wet palette is nice to have, but you can honestly just get by with like something like these from your dollar store and then just clean it out afterwards. I've got a whole bunch of icky stuff in mine right now, so I need to clean that out. But like a wet palette is really good, so that's what this is, but this is like large and branded and expensive. There's really cheap ones on like Amazon and stuff, so that is another way of achieving that. Oh, my apologies. Jeez, I'm kicking things around here. What else? What else can I recommend? Something you might encounter is sometimes paints will separate. And so for that, I will often buy just like one container of like decorative glass from your dollar store. And you'll find like little pieces like this. They're pretty chunky. They're not sharp. You're not going to scratch yourself on them. And what you can do is you can throw them inside. So here, I'll demonstrate here. If you're using dropper bottles, this is ideal. If you're not using dropper bottles, then that's a whole nother discussion to have. But you can just take like one of these and you just put it in there. And then you screw it back in. And the point of that is it's an agitator and it helps mix the paint for you. So now you can hear the little glass bead in there. You don't want to use decorative rocks because they'll have traces of iron and the iron could potentially react. I use decorative glass because glass is a non-reactive component, and that's why it's used in beakers, chemistry labs and the like. So yeah, those are some of my thoughts and some of my tips, just for like beginners. Start cheap, honestly. Just the only thing I would probably say to not do is use craft paints, because craft paints can be really expensive. Yeah, exactly. Dollar store glass, plastic beads would work perfectly. People talk about using like metal, and that's not like if you're using iron or anything like that. Again, it's reactive. And for the second point, it's really expensive. Even if you get like a non-reactive like stainless steel or anything like that, like, oh man, there's cheaper ways of doing it. Decorative glass is my go-to, and it costs you $1 and it lasts you forever. Yep, small ones without chips. Totally. What else? Yeah, honestly, just don't overthink too many things. It's better just to jump in as cheap as you can. I really emphasize that, just because you want to find out what works for you, and there's a lot of learning in the early stages, and you don't want to get bogged down with like the prices or anything like that. Once you start to learn the hobby, you'll start to realize on your own a lot of the things that work best for you. And I'm not joking about those dollar store brushes. A lot of people will talk about how great horsehair brushes are, but if you ask them like what the difference is, they'll just tell you that it'll keep its point really well, but like once your point is gone on an acrylic brush from the dollar store, you just buy a new one for $1. It's nothing magical about it. It's a little overhyped. And people who are much better at painting than me will tell you the same thing on it. The reason that for no chips is if anyone doesn't know, tiny chips can get lodged in the tip of the dropper bottle. Yep. And you know what? Actually, JJ, that is exactly why I use decorative glass, is because it's non-spherical. So you get like these weird, and you go for the large ones, right? Like things like this aren't going to get stuck in the tip, and if they do get stuck, paint can still flow past them. That's my thought process on it. I find beads personally get are more likely, because they're spherical, to get stuck in the tip of the dropper bottle. And that's just my own experiences on it. But yeah, these are all great questions. I love answering questions like this. These are remarkable. So thank you for asking, Troy. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, I have found sometimes that I will put down my nicer brushes and I'll just grab a dollar store brush. Just because the tip is newer. Like, it's kind of funny. A variety, but I found, yeah, there's nothing special about those expensive ones. Honestly. Like, they're not performing any better. It's in the end of the day, it's hair or acrylic plus glue. That's all there is to it. I always find the discussion on brush quality fascinating, because they try real hard to market and sell those like really expensive brushes, and I've yet to find anyone who's like, yes, these are the brushes that, like, I think actually specifically the best thing to keep in mind with it is a good brush won't make you a better painter. Practice makes you a better painter. But like, a good painter can grab those dollar store brushes and it's almost no different. Oh yes, the dollar store makeup brushes do make phenomenal dry brushes. I've seen the results. I've yet to try it myself, but having seen the results, I know it's true. It's very, very cool. Too late. Stained it. That's okay. You stain it, you just paint over top of it. And while it may seem ironic given what I'm doing right now, get used to using larger brushes. I know I'm using a teeny tiny brush right now, but the large brushes hold more paint, and I'm just trying to do some very small detail work right now. So I'm using this in my hand. Erase a small mistake I did. Yep. No, that's the allure of a brush that just makes you a better painter is strong. I get it.
I can totally understand people who feel like they're looking for that one paint brand that will make them good, or that one brush that'll make them good. And I mean, like, I will say, paint brands, they have a lot more different traits, and so the way that you use them have to be treated a little bit differently. But that you don't really find out too much about until you start using them. My only recommendation is for people who are starting out, Vallejo is really good, MSP is pretty good, Army Painter is kind of meh, and Games Workshop is a bit overhyped. And Games Workshop runs the risk of your paints drying out on you. So, yeah. Yeah, Vallejo and Reaper are my favorites right now. They're absolutely, like, I love those two paint brands. What is it? What's the brand? P3 is really good too. P3 is really expensive, but P3 is really nice. But I think it's exact same as like MSP or Reaper paints. Those nice eyes, if I do say so myself. Particularly this eye. I'm very happy with this eye. I'll pull this up here so you guys can actually see it. We'll go right here, and then we're going to go bam. We're going to go bam. We're going to go closer. We're going to go a little bit here. I'm pretty happy with that eye. Specifically, because when I turn this eye upside down, you can see all the lighting effects that I've done. Yay! That makes me happy. Cool. It's 3 o'clock already. I have to work in an hour. I'm going to bounce. I want to finish the teeth, but I think I might just do that off stream. And yeah. So this is basically done in terms of how the stream is concerned. I don't think doing, like, I can't make the the teeth last for an hour, so I gotta like fix up the gut mouth a little bit, make some of the shadows more prominent in it. But besides that, I'm very happy with this model, and thank you so much for hanging out with me here, JJ, and Troy, if you're still sticking around, you have yourself a excellent rest of the night, and sleep well for your Christmas shift. And happy holidays to everyone. I hope you all stay safe, and just have a wonderful time, okay? And I hope to see you again, JJ. It's lovely to have you around for today, and hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Just stay safe, everyone. Take care of one another. And just be lovely.